Hey, Trashkin. So, without getting too far into the specifics, apparently, having seen light, and this is my bad, I ran towards it because I want to be a hopeful dude, and I was hoping this was good enough, but on further examination, talking with the Trashkin elite, consulting trusted friends, and talking it over a little bit now and again, I came to realize that this is at best a mixed bag, but there's a bigger problem. Remember when I mentioned the strange disappearance of the Unity terms of service GitHub repository, the one tracking changes to TOS, and that TOS update way back in April? Yeah, it turns out what they did was pull a single clause from TOS. It's the same clause that they later restored with the September 22nd Unity new runtime feed deal, which, well, better, and it's good that they're taking community feedback into account. The damage was already done because, well, they offered not to charge for previous versions of Unity the runtime fee. What makes certain that the terms of service are limited to a single version of Unity or previous version of Unity was that single clause they removed, then restored. In other words, Unity is literally saying, trust us, we won't do that twice. I mean, we're the only ones that can pull out that pin, and there are no consequences to us legally to consider pulling that pin at a future date should we care to, but we wouldn't do that. We wouldn't pull the pin while you, your livelihood, and your work are on the bridge. And they already proven they don't have a whole lot of regard for their customer base, let alone the amount of stress they cause them. I really can't take the idea that New Deal entirely good seriously because of that. And for a lot of developers, they're pivoting away from Unity, and I don't blame them. Godspeed to you and good luck. I wish you all the success in the world, because heaven knows Unity didn't earn your business in the last 2 weeks. So yeah, that's why I'm going to be keeping an eye on Unity, because I've lost faith in them. Though, if I can say one good thing to come out of this mess, I have become more aware of the Unity developers around me, and I have met a handful of really awesome people due to this mess. I just wish my I met a dev story or I had a nice conversation on Blue Skies or bumped into somebody on Discord with an opinion who's moved in those spheres before wasn't attached to this awful mess. All right, Trashkin, that's enough serious stuff for one day. So, I'm going to hand you over to the Game Goon. He's hard at work. We got an extra long one again this week because I have come to the simple conclusion. It's my channel. I'll shoot for an hour, but if I feel like doing 2 hours, I'm doing 2 hours. It's my channel. I'll play Calvin Ball if I feel like it, and this week I felt like Calvin Ball, so what can I say? All right, Trashkin, enjoy. Ladies, gentlemen, esteemed non-binaries, Trashkin, all good evening and welcome to Trash Tier Gaming. I'm your humble host, Raspa Trashbear, and today we have another horror sampler for you. Now, I was minding my own a couple of weeks back when I popped in to check the notifications over on each.io, and, well, bless my soul, Noxus Games made a sequel to The Smiling Man, so of course, I have an obligation. So, without further ado, let's see what we got. Options. Window. Nope. Happy inclusion, vegetation. Film grain, draw distance high. Yeah. This is good as far as I'm concerned. Film grain, I don't bump with. Ooh, that's a bit much. Let's dial that back some. A little more. That it? A little more yet. Okay, I think we're good. You know how it goes with horror, Trashkin. You're never sure until you hear it. The hardest part about the horror sampler is dialing in the audio, just so. Alright, taking me back. About Noxus Games developer Diego Victor. Noxus Games, itch.io. Oh, and it's available on GameJolt if you prefer, Trashkin. For the low price of name your own. Now, I've been mentioning that you should be supporting devs when and where you can for a long while now. But with Unity being what it is, that goes double. Main story, alternate story. Well, let's start with the main and work our way on over. We may as well spoil all the things. Noxus Games Studio presents story by Blue Tidal. Michael Roberts. AI by Sven. Okay. Let's dial that volume up a bit now that we're out of the intro. Oh, special thanks. That's a big list of thanks you. Jazz Ghost. I think we played one of Yaborodaros at least once. I'm butchering it, but like I remember having to write that at least once. Swole. Okay. Nice to see the supporters put up front of the game. Always nice. All Shan. No wow. All right. Well, let's see how she plays. Some years ago, I lived in the center of a large city in the USA. As I have always been a night person, I often got bored after my roommate, who was decidedly not a night person, went to bed. To pass the time, I used to take long walks and spend time thinking. I spent 4 years like that, walking alone at night, and never once had a reason to feel afraid. I always used to joke with my roommate that even the drug dealers in the city were polite. But all that changed just a few minutes of her changed in just a few minutes one evening. It was a Wednesday, somewhere between 1 and 2 in the morning, and I was walking near a police patrolled park, quite a ways away from my apartment. It was a quiet night, even for a weeknight, with very little traffic and almost no one on foot. The park, as it was most nights, was completely empty. Okay. All right, with you so far. Same as the last time. Got it. Ooh. They've been making some upgrades. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. She's chugging a little bit. That might be my system. Now, there's a stalwart old warhorse, though, like, she's only a year old. Though granted, Heather was built in a panic of, oh dear God, this can't be happening. I need whatever parts I can pull now. Fade out. After a long time of walking. It's been a long time. I'm tired. I better go home. Okay. You got the atmosphere going. Hey, first car we see. Bro, put on your lamps. But not high beams. You're in the city. Folks are trying to sleep. Down a small street, get back to when I first noticed at the end of the street there was a silhouette of a man dancing. Hmm. Oh, there he is. Just doing his thing. It was a strange dance. He danced. He took a step forward. I guess you could say he was dancing, coming straight towards me. Hmm? Well, that is the weirdest walk cycle I've seen in a minute. He danced closer until I could make out his face. His eyes were open wide and wild, head tilted back slightly, looking off at the sky. His mouth was formed into a painfully wide cartoon of a smile. I took my eyes off him to cross the empty street. Doop, 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 doop. Oh God! He had stopped dancing and was standing with one foot on the street, perfectly parallel to me. He was facing me, but still looking skyward, smile on his lips, on his wide lips. Still her smile still wide on his wide lips. Ah, smile still wide on his lips. Okay, buddy, I don't want no smoke now. You just have a good evening, dance walking in the streetlight. It's about to get unpleasant. Dun dun. He had crossed the street and was now crouching slightly. I was so shocked that I just stood there for a while looking at him. Oh boy. He took giant exaggerated steps on tiptoe like a cartoon character sneaking up on someone, only he was moving very, very fast. What the heck do you want, friend? Okay. Well, here we are. And turbo dance walk. Oh boy. Ah! Oh boy. Okay, from the top. Oh, we're gonna have to go for all this? Okay. Let me hit the old pause menu. And we back. Heck do you want, dude? Heck do you want, bro? You know, just chasing me straight out isn't interesting enough. You need to give me a blockhead start. And chase time. Yep. Nope, we're going for broke. Ah! Heck. I ran until I got off the side road and back to a well-lit, low-traffic road. When I looked back, he was nowhere to be found. Though throughout the rest of the way home, I kept looking over my shoulder, always expecting to see his stupid smile, but he was never there. I lived in that city for 6 months after that, and I never went out for a night stroll again. There was something about his face that haunted me. He didn't look drunk. He didn't look high. He looked completely and utterly insane, and that's a very, very scary thing to see. Okay, solid. Not bad. Short, straightforward, to the point. But of course, we can't leave it there. We're gonna have to bring it on back to the title screen and see what the alternate story does. Well, thank you for building it. I appreciate it. Like, it's always nice to see folks iterate on things. Oh, hey, it just drops us straight in. One night I went to the market to buy something to eat. I do this a few times a week, not only to purchase food, but also to appreciate the nighttime tranquility. But this time was different. I came face to face with evil in its most sinister form, a tall man, smiling, radiating a terrifying energy. I left a bit later than usual. It was 2 a.m. After that night, I never went out at that hour. Tap, look at objectives. Okay. A little more complicated. Go to the market. Hey, this is familiar. All right, let's get it going. Ah, sup, creepo? Still creeping? Yep, just gonna keep it walking. It's spooked myself with a car in the hedges. Just stick. There we go. Had to check the sound levels again. First it's too loud, then it's too soft, then it's too loud again. You know how it goes. Dirt road. This is familiar. Skybox hasn't improved since last time, but fair enough. We in the deep dark. What are you? Bag of chips? No. We can't make a meal out of a soda, dude. It's not healthy. Oh, basic shopping list, special shopping list. Whoa. Alright. Here you go. Alright, no problem. Just sit home and enjoy this meal in peace. Very familiar, I gotta say. Damnedest thing. I must say, the tree design's nice. A little more variation would have been nice, but hey, it's a forest. What do you want? I get it. All that time customizing trees, time you could be improving the game. Seems to have paid off. That's a really low street lamp. Get it ding. Did it ding. I'm gonna get the jump scare deluxe. Whoa! Yep, that's a jump scare deluxe if ever I saw one. Bro, get a hobby. Hey, just, ooh, good job. Like, I knew it was coming, and you guys still got me. Like, it was, I feel like the music stinger did the heavy lifting there, but okay. Ooh. Alright, I've been spooked. Now let's get got. What's up? Ooh, I'm not getting a choice this time. Oh, here we go. Okay, buddy. Heck you want, bro? Heck do you want, bro? The Speedster mode. Speedster mode. Why are we checking our laces, bro? Ah, Speedster. Get it in. Survive or die. Whoa! Them getaway sticks registered? Whoa! Oh boy. Oh boy. Up. Up. Okay, this one's gonna take a few tries. Well, Trashkin, much to my surprise, it has a save game function. Who knew? Alright, let's see if it drops it up on day 2 there. See if they got any nasty surprises for us. Oh. Oh, that's familiar. Boy. No stops, I don't care if the music did. Holy shit, that Seiko killed him. Oh boy. Now that was a mistake. Back with you in a moment, Trashkin. And we'll drop right back in at the chase. It's gonna get loud again, Trashkin. Fingers are too busy to dial it back. All right. Don't look at the body or we die. Got it. All right, chase sequence. Don't think I didn't notice the keys there. I think they're gonna debate us with it though. Because last time, the keys were the key to the good ending, but this time, who knows? Got a back door around here? Oh, God! Why? Ah! Good ending? Or is Smiley Man just gonna come zipping up the side road on us? Good ending. Right. Now there's supposed to be a third. But we're gonna get right to that. So, Trashkin, I can't help but wonder. We can just open the doors. What if we just make a mad dash for home? Straight home. Nowhere else. Nothing else. Aha! Juked ya! You gotta make sure those windows are locked though, but... Whew! Lucky guess, me. I'm not gonna lie, it took me 2 or 3 tries for that. To figure it out. Like, it was me trying the gas station pumps, Looking for a phone, fiddling with the radio. Oof. Yeah, nothing disturbing about that. Well, I gotta say, what a great follow-up to a classic. Like, good job, Noxus Games. I'm gonna keep keeping my eye out for your next projects. All right. Well, that's gonna do it. Again, that's the Smiling Man remake, available on GameJolt and itch.io for the low price of name your own. If you can afford to throw a few bucks their way, please do. At least if you want to see more games in this variety. Alright, that'll do. Next game. Well, Trashkin, next up, we have Contrition by akfedeau. Available on itch.io. For name your own. This one's a web-based game based on HTML5, so we're going to see how she plays. When the bell in the tower tolls 12 on Halloween night, a wind blows through the eaves of the cathedral you call home. What you so far? Ah! Your cassock sways around your ankles as you sweep the halls. Upstairs to the choir loft, down to the soaring nave. You pass the chapels, the flickering candles on the votive stand, the patches of rainbow moonlight that fall from the stained glass windows. You set the broom by the celluloid lamp in the sacristy, and the radio beside it crackles out a midnight show. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, the players of the Orpheum Theater bring you a gripping Halloween story of terror, tragedy, and intrigue. Leave everything you know and trust from the modern world behind and take a step back with us into the mists of Renaissance Germany. Let us partake now of the folly of the ill-fated Dr. Faust. And remember that the one misguided wish could be your undoing. The episode is brought to you by Misero Il di Cologne for men. Bold, but well-mannered, for the man who needs no convincing, with notes of sage and frankincense that show up fashionably late. From the boardroom to the ballroom, when it matters, make it Mysterio. Your hand lingers on the broomstick as you listen to the broadcast and your mind drifts off in the sea of noise. Then you remember you're not done yet. You pick up the broom, prop it on the wall, and cross the small square room. And when you open the cabinet, you see the altar crucifix is gone. You screw your face up and stare at the empty spot. It doesn't make sense. It should be right there, about a foot long, with sharp gold pins. The gold saucer sits in the corner. The candlesticks stand in the back. It must not have been stolen. Did an altar boy misplace it? They know where it goes. You sigh. Never mind. You can ask the priest in the morning. You've got one more chore before you turn in for the night. Polish the sacred objects, hang up the freshly laundered robes. Let's polish. You squint at the other treasures and spot fingerprints on the rims. That won't do. They should shine brighter than the promise of heaven itself. You open the bottom drawer and take out a bottle of polish, tap some onto the cloth besides it, and buff the first of the candlesticks. We now return to this Halloween special presentation of the Orpheum Hour. The radio says, brought to you by Mysterio. When it matters, make it Mysterio. Your eyes glaze over, and gaze into your reflection in the gold. Your thumb rubs the streaked cloth in the same circle, on the same spot. Your eyelids droop as the voice on the radio fades to a blur. When it matters, make it mysterio. Until you blink yourself awake, you shake your thoughts off, scowl, and throw yourself back into your work. You polish the chalice, the altar bells, the communion cups, the incense boat. You rub all the nooks and crannies of the censer and its lid until they gleam like starlight. Then you hear a thud that shudders through the walls. You freeze. You glance left. You glance right. Your nerves stick in your throat. An echo that loud must have come from the cathedral's huge main doors. You turn off the radio and peer through the open sacristy doorway. Who else could be here at this hour? Only one way to find out. You steal through the hallways with hunched shoulders and wide eyes. Maybe the street kid snuck in for another Halloween prank. Ghostly notes on the organ, chalk pentagrams on the floor, or maybe the janitor came back and shut the door hard. An itching dread follows you as you flip switches and peek through doorways. It creeps into your skin. The more rooms you check, the less you feel alone. When you reach the glowing, sweeping sanctuary, sure enough, you find one of the doors open and a draft whipping through the narthex. You hurry under the main arch, press your weight against the planks, and heave it shut, and let your breath out. The peace falls over the place again. But then, when you pass the old carved frame that looms near the transept, you notice the red drape is drawn. Someone is in the confessional. You hear footsteps click on the flagstone as you pace down the aisle. You spy two black shoes tucked under the curtain's hem. A woman's shoes? A man's shoes? Dusty? Polished? You can't tell. The statue's lifeless marble eyes stare at you as you go. You hesitate before you ease the other drape open and step in, shut it behind you, and plunge yourself into the dark. You slide the lattice open and wait the person to begin. But they say nothing. Prompt them. You clear your throat to get the person's attention, but they don't respond, so you scoot to the edge of your seat and tilt your head towards the screen. Hello? Still nothing. A second passes, two. You pat your legs, you scratch your cheek, just as the quiet, cramped closeness becomes uncomfortable. You hear a man's voice speak up in measured monotone. Is someone there? I am. You scoot closer to the screen. Can I help you? Ugh. You wait. The heavy silence returns. The conversation hangs in limbo. You prod him one more time. Yes? I'm not sure what I'm supposed to say. Bless me, Father, for I have sinned. What? That's what you're supposed to say, you shrug. Traditionally, I mean. Oh. The man lets the silence hang another couple of beats. I have to admit, I don't really go in for all that ritual stuff, yet you came to a church. Yeah, this is kind of out of character for me. When you're down and out, you do a lot of things you wouldn't expect of yourself. You steal a glance through the lattice to see who you're meeting with. But it's no use trying to make out the man's face in light this low. All you have to go on is a shadow and a pair of shoes. He stopped talking again. Why are you down and out? Why is anybody down and out? We live in a society that trains us to be miserable. You lean against the back of your seat. What do you mean by that? Suppress your natural urges. Feel guilty for everything. Is there something you feel guilty about right now? Me? No, I was talking about everyone else. You raise an eyebrow? No? I did what I had to do. That could mean anything. Then what brings you here, this late at night? I keep late hours, the man answers as politely as before. I've been a night owl. I'm more productive when the sun goes down. My father used to hate it. Said there was no reason to be up at midnight unless you were doing something deviant. The sudden shift in topic leaves you unsure of what to say. Uh-huh. Of course, I've never understood the point of fathers is except to ruin your self-esteem. An ability to trust people. I think it was bad marketing for the church to name their appointment fathers and expect anyone to confide in them. They should call you something else. You squeeze your eyes shut a few times at the man's home-baked philosophy. Compelling, relatable. You also need to go to bed. Can I ask you something? The man continues. Go ahead. Have you ever watched anything die? The hair on the back of your neck stands up. Yes, you say. Of course, I do all the time. When? Last rites. It's part of my job. Surreal, isn't it? Like you're seeing something that you're not supposed to see. I don't know. I'd like to think they found it comforting as much as you can find anything comforting in a situation like that. When they're in unimaginable pain, you mean? Well, you stammer. Yes, but it's important that I give them a sense of inner peace. Huh. The man's sleeve crinkles. He's lifted his shadow arm up. Hasn't been my experience. You frown. Experience? I've never met anyone who didn't go without a fight. The limbs jerk, the muscle fibers tense when you break through them. Heck, even after a person is legally brain dead, their arms fly up and try to grab you. Your blood runs cold. They settle down eventually, though. Then you get to walk away. It's the law of the jungle, or what you would call it, the Cain instinct. You sit stone still on the bench. The man pokes you again. Come on, you should know that. You scramble to compose yourself. What? You never have more power over anything on Earth than when you're taking something out of it, the man rambles, with the jarring tranquility of reading a grocery list. You think a benevolent God would smite us before we could go through with it? But if we have no right to do it, why are we able to? Your eyes dart up and down and find nothing but encroaching black. Your ribs tighten. Your pulse bangs in your eardrums. Your feet curl in your shoes. You well up with a tear that a dim, unexplored part of your mind recognizes as the mark of cornered prey. Anyway, I thought about it hard, and now I feel weird about it. I guess I just need someone to talk through it with. Your hands clench in your lap. My friend, you murmur to the screen. I hope you realize I'm not allowed to disclose anything you tell me here. If there's something you need to admit, I won't go to the police. I could be excommunicated. Excuse me, something in the throat. Don't see how that's relevant to me. It means you can trust me. Well, maybe I don't have anything to admit to you. Besides, you could call them anyway. I take my faith too seriously to lie to you. Ah, I get it now. Your boss may not find out, but the manager upstairs would. There's a red mark on your record. You know, like athletes who take that Soviet stuff? Ooh, that feels very 80s. I do. Don't do it because you might get caught, and caught means you're punished. That's a little pre-conventional, don't you think? Your eyes searched back and forth the drape. The crosses on the screen, the drape. If you let the man may not see you in the dim light, but he would hear you. If he hears you, it might provoke him. You don't know or what he's like when he's provoked. You have no idea who or what you're in here with. The man's words hang in the air as an idea occurs to you. You can keep him talking, play along, ensure he stays cool, calm, engaged until what? He loses interest in you? The police the police out looking for him? None of the staff will come in until dawn. It's just you and him here in the dark. Maybe you can even walk him back from whatever it is he wants to do. Well, the man probes you, don't you? The question is where to start. L'appel de vivre or morality? I think l'appel de vivre would do better. You sound like a well-read man. Have you ever heard of l'appel de vivre? Do I? I don't get many parishioners who talk about pre-conventional morality. Then yeah, I have. We all think disturbing things sometimes. I could swerve my car, step off that... Oh, call the void. Step off that cliff. Push someone down the stairs. I won't, of course. They're just daily reminders that God gave us free will. The important thing is the second thought that says, don't act on it. The man snorts. You crane your neck back. What? No, really? Even you? Even me? You paste a smile on and hope it comes through in your tone. Don't let the Vatican's excesses fool you. This job is harder than it looks. I could see that. Could you? It's after midnight and you're still here polishing that stuff. You must be busy. Your stomach drops. He's been watching you. You force yourself to remain calm. Bland, reassuring, that's right. You looked like you were doing a pretty thorough job of it. My mother used to say, a place for everything, and everything in its place. I think she couldn't control my father, so she took it out on the housework. Do you feel like you need to control things? Why does he keep turning this back to you? You fish for something diplomatic. Probably not the same way you do. You don't know me. The man's voice sharpens and moves closer to you. You've only talked to me for a few minutes. Don't pretend you understand me. You become extremely aware of the fragility of the screen. If you were motivated enough, he could break through it and strangle you. But you have to keep the conversation rolling. Do you feel alone in the world? You're right. You soften your voice to coax him off his perch. I don't know you. Do you feel like you're alone in the world? Everyone's alone in the world. We're born alone, we die alone. That's not true. Your mother was there when you were born, and God is always with you. You know, I can tell you about 100% with about 100% certainty that if there is a God in the first place, he doesn't care about me. Is that why you felt ambivalent about coming here? Maybe so. You rest your elbows on your knees. Well, I'm with you. I think you're in here with me. You take a deep breath. The man's breath sounds even, too. So far, so good. You cross your ankles. You have some heavy ideas weighing on you. It's not surprising that you're worried about things like violence and death. This is easier for you if you put a fig leaf on it, isn't it? You dig your thumbnail into your cuticle. What do you mean? I mean, like, what the church did to those statues years ago. Cover up their genitals to prevent them from being human. Well, one dude, one set of orders, and, fun fact, that dude is depicted as, having his bits covered by a snake biting them on the, Sistine Chapel. It's one of my favorite aspects of that work of art. Seriously, go look it up. I'll wait. What does that... You know, humans are the only animal that can be castrated and still have a sex drive? At least that's what a teacher told me once. She could have made it up. You shift your weight back and forth on the bench and fidget. What's your point? You keep wanting to reduce things I tell you to my thoughts. You're studiously avoiding that I might have actually done anything. I think it makes you able to justify this whole shindig. If I were truly a guilty person, you wouldn't want to rescue me. Then what did you do, you implore him? Am I wrong, though? This is easier if you're honest with me. I think you're the one who's being less than honest here. I said I wouldn't lie to you. Then what do you call it when you don't tell people the whole truth? You bite the inside of your cheek. Why did you become a priest anyway? I felt a call. You clasp your hands in a prayer position and drag them down to your nose. If answering him will avoid a fight, that's what you have to do. Well, I started out as an altar boy, and I liked it. I kept going. It gave me a sense of belonging that I didn't get at home. You stick your thumb in the sleeve of your cassock and feel along the lining seam. When I was a teenager, I realized it was a way to do good with my life. I guess you could say I felt a calling. The Lord reached out to me. Wow. You struggle to read the man's tone. Is he earnest? Sarcastic? What? They could rule you unfit for trial if you said that in court. Did you see angels, hear trumpets? It's not like that. It came from within. I wanted to help people, even the ones others feel are beyond saving. Have you ever actually looked evil in the face? I don't think evil has a face. I think we fight it within ourselves. Are you sure about that? Your shoulders tense again. As opposed to what? Are you sure it wasn't really about having a sense of authority? How long have you been here? You're losing track of time. 40 is a burden. I think it can be dangerous with people in positions of authority. When people in positions of authority get too comfortable, it's a burden. You have to bear it with grace. That doesn't mean it doesn't appeal to you. Whether I like it is irrelevant. It's a sacred mission. I think it's very relevant. Your expression stiffens, do you? Look at all this. Kneel, submit, surrender yourself to God. The power structure is baked in all the way up to the Pope. I find it a little hard to believe you wouldn't have noticed it. In fact, I'd go so far as to say you're deliberately missing my point. You steep your fingers and set your teeth. Where is he going with this? Look, the man muses. I have never met a man in uniform who didn't have a weird relationship with authority. Either they have to have their finger on the trigger all the time, or they just want somebody else to make all the decisions for them. Which are you? I don't think I understand the premise of your question. I think you do, and you don't want to admit it. A chill runs up your arm. See, the thing is that everything in life is about sex, except sex, the man goes on. Sex is about power. A famous writer once said that. Oscar Wilde, you tell him. Do you like books? I made one my life's work, didn't I? Yeah, I guess a stupid question. Anyway, do you ever think about that? About what? How a lot of people mix up power and sex. No, I can't say so. You, of all people? With the things you must hear in here? You squirm in your narrow seat. I'm not allowed to. Break the seal of confession. That's right, there's a whole laundry list of things you're not allowed to do. But it's all worth it if people look up to you and respect you, isn't it? You feel a vein throb under your collar like a tolling bell. Funny, seeing as you're the one who took the vow of obedience. The throbbing gets stronger. Besides, it hasn't stopped you before, has it? You hate to take the bait. You've come this far, you can't lose to him. What? I mean, a life like this has to be a major commitment. It's for your whole life for a start. People have left before. But you wouldn't do that, though. You take your faith too seriously, remember when you said that? You chew the corner of your lip. I said it because I do. So you would never give up all the creature comforts of the world just to be the boss in the room. You bite down harder. No. Of course, lots of priests live in luxury, but you wouldn't have known that then. Not when you signed it all away. The man grows more persistent without raising his voice. No gold watches, no sleeping in on the weekends, no more cologne. What's that one ad say? When it matters, make it Mysterio. Your nose stings. Your breath goes shallow. Your mouth runs dry. How does he know? He was creeping. You dig your fingers into your wrists so hard, you gouge the skin. What do you want? The man's tone drips with snark. I'm sorry. Am I making you uncomfortable? Does it feel intimate to be trapped in a dark, tiny box with a man who asks you to spill your guts and you won't share anything with you? Do you feel vulnerable? Now he's just mocking you. You inhale so hard your nostrils flare. No. You should. The man's voice darkens. Because you've made a big mistake. Your head swims. What have you accidentally revealed to him? Is he a master manipulator? Has some dark force seen into your soul? Or is he just an eccentric? And the weeds of your remorse have grown so tall, gnarled, that you're drawing lines where there are none. Well, did it feel good? No. You shake your head feebly. No. You already knew it was wrong, didn't you? You couldn't have enjoyed yourself. It was for a good cause, though, wasn't it? I was trying to help. Just goes to show the road to hell is paved with good intentions, isn't it? You stretch your tight legs out, but your feet bash into the wood. Is the dark space getting smaller? Or are you imagining it? You castrate your brain and button that dog collar up and say your prayers every night because you know what you're capable of. You're as fallible as the people who take confession with you, and you can't stand it. You're supposed to be different. Beads of sweat form on your brow. You're going to get out of bed tomorrow and put on that white robe, and that choir will sing, and the altar boys will light the whole place up, and the sheep will file in and take communion and cross themselves. And you can pat yourself on the back for another job well done. Sure, they feel self-righteous for having gone to church. You're back on the straight and narrow. The ritual's for you, not them. You gulp down lungfuls of air. Your lip smarts. You taste blood. But you can't lead a flock anywhere with a guilty conscience, can you? Do you know? How do you let people off the hook? When you've got sins to confess yourself, then who can they trust? You try in vain to interrupt him. I didn't. You're the operator, the only direct line to God they have. The man's voice fills the whole confessional. What happens to the sheep when the shepherd fucks up? Your face burns, blood rises in your ears, your pulse pounds in your chest. You huddle up, you slump over, you bury your face in your hands. Go on, the man speaks with a placid kindness that rattles you to your core. Bless me, Father, for I have sinned. You can't run anymore. You remember a black clamshell handbag, a drawn curtain, a latched door, a dress zipper, a sigh, a celluloid hotel bedside lamp, French-heeled stockings, a hand with a blood-red manicure on your throat, a bottle of Mysterio cologne on the bathroom countertop. She lived in my old parish, she began. The man leaves room for you to go. I met her and her husband when she and her husband moved to town 5 years ago. The man still doesn't come, and she came to confession one time, and we started talking, and you can't finish. You wanted to help her. She was so lonely. You rushed to explain yourself. He couldn't even let her call her mother. She didn't have any friends. She was roping her off. He was roping her off from the herd. I knew it. I saw all the signs. But the Monsignor warned me. It wasn't my place to get involved. You plant your elbows on your knees, tuck your chin, and wring your hands. The day he shipped out, she came and told me what was going on. I think I was the first one who actually listened to her. The man cuts in, and then you did it. She made the first move. When the foxholes fill with blood, does it really matter who fired the first shot anymore? Pressure builds beneath your eyes. You're not going to cry. You won't. How long did it last? The man asked. You shrug. A few months. I don't know. We were always discreet, but then someone found out, the Monsignor. So you had to get rid of him. Your voice cracks, but you swallow hard, and you will yourself to go on. It wasn't like that. A profane job, but you had to save yourself. I wrote a letter to the Archbishop, all right? The man listens and waits. I'd see him playing with the bookkeeper's daughters a few times. She had his nose, his eyebrows. It wasn't proof, but it was enough. I looked up his past appointments, made a couple of phone calls, and I heard there was a nun who'd gone to Ireland for 6 months. And did he do it? I'll never know. I thought he did. I don't know. I'll never know. You're right. And the only thing more powerful than guilt is doubt. You hold your temples. But caught doesn't always mean punished, does it? They transferred him across the country. As far as I know, he's still there. You smooth your hair back. A month later, and I put in for a transfer too. It come out that I wrote the letter. Sin is sin until it's you. You don't answer. Disgust churns in your gut, your shoulders shake. In the moment, the wooden box feels ready to cave in on you. You close your eyes, lower one hand and bring the other to your mouth, and you clutch your face as a hot, silent tear rolls down your cheek. There, the man says. You stay quiet. That wasn't so bad, was it? A second, then a third tear falls, but you still don't say anything. I'd say that makes us even. The man sounds as pleasant as when you first came in. Don't worry, sealed confession, I won't tell anyone. Why me? You lift your chin. Why me? I was just passing the cathedral. You were here. No, you know too much. You must be here to torment me. I don't have to torment you. You're already doing that yourself. You sniffle, dab at your nose with your knuckle, and try to sit up straight. Humor me, the man asks. Why did you never forgive yourself? What? You're the one who can absolve people. Why didn't you do it to yourself? Because you blot another tear off the cuff of your sleeve. If I let myself forget the pain, I might do it again. You blink a few more times. He's going to kill you. You know it. This was just the dance, the lead-up, but the man doesn't speak or move. When nothing happens, another wave of guilt rolls over you, and you press your palms under your eyebrows. Make an undignified noise. I'm sorry. You managed to get out between pitiful sobs. I'm so sorry. Sorry doesn't make it go away, though, does it? You screw up your whole face. No. It's okay. I forgive you. You can't do that. I don't play by your rules. He's telling you the truth. He doesn't. That gives you one more idea. Okay, that's terrific. I don't know how the rest turns out, but akfedeau, great job. Contrition's lovely. I gotta say, this was way different. It was refreshing to me, and yeah, I basically read a choose-your-own creepypasta. That's great work. I'd love to see what you do with a little more in the way of graphic background work. Alright, Trashkin, that's going to do it for this one. This is, of course, available. You can play it on anything with a browser. that can run HTML5 games anyway. And of course, if you enjoyed it, consider supporting the devs. Next game, please. Okay, Trashkin, this one contains flashing lights and jump scares, and while I was getting the audio levels there, it's from the jump. So, Editor Ras will have a time code for you here. Alright. We're going in. And I do mean from the jump, Trashkin. See what I mean? Walking Home by Seiko, available on itch.io for name your own price. Just kind of meandering from light to light here. This can't be a safe way to traverse. This ass's pack does look familiar, but this is a much different assembly. Oh, we got a stamina bar. Okay. Hello? Do you need help? What the hell was that? Well, it appears to have been a shadowy specter of, a crying woman. Actually speaks to our character that we'd stop and try to commune with them. I feel we are a decent hume. Not everybody gets the decent hume seal of approval, you know. Of course, the decent hume seal of approval very often also means they weren't kidding about the dark, eh? Oh boy. Getting deep and dark. A little further between. So Doctor there, I have to use the flashlight. Okay. I don't know why. I'm meandering into the dark this way. Okay. Right, we got a cube with eyes. Well, this isn't where I was expecting to wind up, but hey, here we are. Oh, that's a very handsome looking door. That is not a very handsome looking hallway. Ah, gazpacho everywhere. No, like you get a little too overzealous mixing. Next thing you know, gazpacho murder scene. Well, nobody seems to be chasing us, so... Ah! We've hidden the modern art stage of murder scene. Okay. Certainly unnerving. I mean, I must admit, me trying to juke a jump scare. Well, this doesn't seem like a place to hang out, so... Whoop. Now we in the woods. And I can't sprint. Uh-oh. Them's problems. Well, I guess we bumble in the dark until the game yanks our life from us. Oh dear. Ah, I knew I shouldn't have taken that one last stroll by the bepined forest in the penumbral dark. Well, that's loud and off-putting, but not really what I'd call, spoop. Oh, boy. Hey, how's it going? This is really awkward. If you want a date, could you maybe just, start with hello? Have you tried how's the weather? What about what's your sign? Reverse jump spook. Oh, nope. I respect him from behind. That green tint's really unhealthy. You should think about maybe going to a doctor. Just saying. Is this a hospital? Well, the scenery is certainly varied, I must say. Dear Lord, we're only 6 minutes in. Where am I? Not important. Hey! One or two, bad ending. What did I miss, I wonder? What did I miss? Well, I'm gonna think about that for a minute, Trashkin. Okay. One more time. From the very tip top. Oh, I actually have to load again. Excuse me. Okay, one more time from the very tip top. This time we're gonna make double time. Just gonna use our flashlight from the jump. We wait for the sprint bar, then we use it. What if we just nope? What if we just nope? What if we just did interact with a ghost? Oh, that is a good ending. Well, the good ending is a little disappointing, but I suppose the moral of the story is don't go mucking with sundry spirits. Not earth-shattering, but I gotta say, the routes feel a little uneven. A little more effort for the good ending would have been nice, but I do also appreciate the ability to just nope out. Like, I love when devs do that. To just give you the option to, nope, I'm good. Thanks. Alright. I gotta say, the forest section feels the strongest. Not bad, Seiko. Keep it up. Okay, next game. Ooh, not a bad intro tune. Bones Club. Alright, next and last game for this run. Be advised, this game contains blood, gore, and sensitive materials. This game also contains flashing lights. Well, my apologies to those of you with photosensitivitas. Okay, settings. Why do they never just give me the option to not have flashing lights? What's potato look like? Not seeing a difference. Okay. Start. New game. This one is, of course, also available on each.io, I assume by Bones Club, for the low price of name your own. Hmm? Okay. How answer? Ah, hey James, it's Patty. Sup? I'm sorry for calling you so late in the evening, but we have a situation. The dishwasher for the night called in a little while ago and claimed he was sick tonight. Could you come in and cover his shift? All right, I'll do it. I would, but tonight I have more important matters to deal with. I'll mark it down as overtime to compensate you for it, of course. See, that right there is a sentence that doesn't come out of a manager's mouth 9 times out of 10. That's a decent manager. Like, most won't do you that solid. Or at least the one I dealt with wouldn't. Actually, point of order, clarity. The store owner wouldn't do it. The store manager would. Like, say what you will, my store manager at Domino's did in fact have my back. Dead shift, huh? Oh, the lights. But, then again. Oh, there we go. No, you leave the stalls open when they're available. Got any sync physics? Subphysics? Paper physics? No? Okay, well, I suppose that is asking a bit much. Yeah, there we go. Fascinating. There we go. Okay, the toggles are a little bit funky. Oh, it's telling me what to do when they interact. Well, there's some quality. Wait, is that aliens? Unknown. 27 Diamond the sun. Down for corn. I have no idea how to read that. Schmurtle? Schmurtle. Inkor. Inkor? Eunice? Eunice? See, this most compels me because there seems to be some variety of a figure emerging from a volcano or perhaps Mount Fuji. That's enchanting. Well, that's enough staring at the wallpaper. Ooh, that's some good shots. Alright, standard burger joint. October. That can bode well. We should really punch in, dude. Hey. Hey, James. Again, sorry for having you come in so late. You remember how to do dishes, right? You just take the dishes and place them in the rack, then push them into the dishwasher. Once they're done, you can just put them within the area. I'll be out of town for the rest of the evening, but I'll give you that extra money tomorrow. Thanks, Patty. Oh. Alright, rack them up. Okay, now, here's the thing. Some of these are washers. Wash all dishes that include plates, bowls, silverware, and cups before leaving the end of your shift. Make sure all dishes are completely put away. Make sure that trash has been taken out. Sweep and mop the floor. Turn out the lights. If you don't understand any of the above duties, please make sure to ask. Okay. Well, alright. Can we do trash out now? That knock? No. Well, we found a knife. Alright. I gotta do all them dishes. All them dishes. Alright. Let's get this assembly line going. Huh? Do dishes. Push them in. Ah, there we go. Now I see, some of these are dishwashers, some of them are sanitizers. Knowing the difference is very important because with the sanitizers, they won't take food off. Boom. Alright, your colas, your sodas, your orange juice, your phantom orange juice. Just should really close the walk-in, dude. Well, we don't get the choice. Really should clear those, though. Well, another set of dishes to do. Yep. Not a bad deal. We do a few sets of dishes, we lock up, we get out. What more do you want? Oh, I don't know. Yoink. Now, whoever scraped these did a really poor job. Oh well. Come on. There we go. Having flashbacks to my days of doing bins and tubs at Domino's, man. Saucer spins were always the worst for me because they smelled endlessly of fennel to me. Oh. Heck was that? I'm gonna stick to my job, doing the dishes. Let me guess, I'm about to blow a fuse. this one? Huh? What the? Some heck? I want to stick doing the dishes. That's my job. Hoopster? The one thing that makes doing dishes bearable. Lovely. Alright. One more set. I shouldn't leave those on the grill, man. It's bad form. It's bad for the grill too. Ceramics and metal don't get along. Well, I mean, assuming these things are ceramic. They sound ceramic. Faulty breakers. I assume life's about to get buck wild. Oh, hey. That's an interesting problem. It's gonna be a hell of a mop job. That a heckin' baby? What's a baby doing in a closet? Yeah. Ah, dang it. Ah. Free. Wait. Did she deserve it? Free. Mine. Do you regret it? Why did you do it? Was it worth it? 1993. Okay. Well, I see no means to progress otherwise, so I guess we're going to solve this puzzle. Oh, boy. I mean, call me crazy, but a big reinforced door with a number pad is probably more easily defeated by short-circuiting it. No, seriously. Look, in a good electronic counter safety measure, it is incredibly difficult to get the wires to touch. In a bad one, it's incredibly easy and sometimes just a matter of bridging it with a bit of metal or a screwdriver tip or a battery pack, or the correct voltage. There's a lot of bypasses, which tells you I should stop watching McNally official videos in Lockpicking Lawyer. Alright. Happy now? Well, the hell with it. Okay, can I get a sewer count, please? Thank you. Just some weirdo with a headlamp down here. Wait. No sewer count, these are tiles. For the sake of convenience, we have preemptively cancelled the sewer count. Ah, beat you to it. Maybe I should have checked that dead end first. Picked a fine night to be out of town, Patty. Alright, bro. What you want? Look at what happened. She was taken away from me. Like wind to a flame. Extinguished. The people mourn, but will soon rush to the next tragedy. Justice won't be served. That's where I come in. Guess we got some flowers. Okay. Oh. That game? I feel like that game, but I didn't get all the stuff. Oh. My god, I passed out, bopping so hard to these classic jams. Well, I guess we better finish the cleanup then. Where's that mucket and bop? Don't see no bucket. Don't see no mop. Yep, Lakita. Alright, not here. Still can't close that. Oh. What's up, shiny eyes, dude? How do I unlock it? Ah. Alright. I'll play your game, liminal space. If only because you might have 'em bucket and mop down this hallway. Getting darker as we go. Remember. Man, that's more stuff I gotta clean. Hmm. I thought I had teleported to the other side of the hut. Hmm. That's fine. Crazy googly eyes don't bother me one bit. Well, that does disturb me a bit. Oh! It's raining. It's raining red. And 10 points to your house if you get that reference. Answers in the comments, please. Okay. Just go back down the no longer blood-dripping hallway. This is better anyway. Can't make me run game. Just have a nourishing swig of dew before I try this next locked door. Oh, okay. Okay. Now what, game? Game. Ah. We're back home. Don't budge. TV around? Now let's leave you going. We're not allowed in here. Awful lot of biblical things going. Ooh, pizza. Looks like free beers. Wait, no. Closer inspection, those are clearly seltzer. Pie. Wakido. Wakido. Seltzer and a bag of chips. Even more seltzer. I should have known it.
Tonight's breaking news. Police reports have just been released announcing that the incident involving 19-year-old Samantha Moore has been ruled a homicide by detectives. Police are currently investigating the owner and the employees of the establishment. Updates will be announced once more information has been released to the public.
Boy. It's gonna get weird in here? Yep, it got weird in here. Oh, this is just make for the red. More weird liminal spaces. Okay. Let's switch the power. Yep. Oh, hello. What's that note? I can feel it creeping out of me. Every waking moment, doctors keep prescribing medication that doesn't work. I can feel my mind slipping away.
A new statement has been released from the Lakefront Police Department related to the homicide case of Samantha Moore. Investigators currently have a main suspect in custody and will be working tirelessly to make sure the one responsible will be properly charged and prosecuted.
And I see how it affects everyone around me. Dad said working would help keep my mind busy, but it hasn't helped much. I just want it all to stop before it happens again. Alright, where's my Fisher-Price phone? That's... Well, let's take the pills. Okay, free. There we go. Aha. Hello? Hey, James, it's Patty. Uh-oh. I'm sorry for calling so late in the evening, but we have a situation. The dishwasher for the night called in a little while ago and claimed he was sick tonight. Could you come in and cover his shift? I would tonight, but I have more important matters to deal with. I'll mark it down as overtime to compensate you for it, of course. Like a moth to a flame, trying to take it for yourself and escape, but it burns you and scars you, and yet you keep flying at it, hoping for a different result. Ending one of two. Huh. That was a head scratcher. Let me see if I can work out ending number 2. Ah, success, Trashkin. The moth lives. It finds a way to take the light. It finds its ways reborn. Welcome to the light. Welcome to the redemption. Welcome to the world, my child. Well, that's hopeful. If a little terrifying to have your entire life to live again. I gotta admit, it was worth the second play. Diner. Oh, this is Ebo Lidorodoros. We've seen a lot of their work. Oh, flushing toilets, bending metal. Okay. This is a list of any assets I've used with proper credit and to the respected owners. I have to thank these guys. Grave, since I'm not a great modder or musician, with your help I was able to turn out a presentable game. Thanks for playing. Well, happy too. Like, I was a little iffy for a minute there. Ooh. One more door. Okay. Well, it's got a lot of interesting dreamlike ideas. I have to say, the way it's put together is interesting. They do make good use of the assets, even if I felt like they're a little goofy and non-responsive at times, but that's part of the charm. Good job. Keep it coming. I'll be keeping an eye out. Like, you don't have to be a great modder or musician to be a great game dev, but it doesn't hurt. And you can pick up a little something, but like, I too know the trials and tribulations of the grand time crunch for the hobby. Alright, Trashkin. So that's going to do it. I am off the Unity soapbox for the time being. I'll be keeping a weather eye out. But unless something kicks up another dumpster fire, I'm good. I don't want to be the soapbox guy, I feel there are people that are better at that job than me. I don't have the time to commit, but if it's major, I'll try to keep an eye out for it. I got on that soapbox because, again, I owe devs a lot. Especially indie devs, because without them, no horse sampler. Or horse sampler costs me a lot more money. So, if you saw anything you might enjoy, please give it a spin. Remember that YouTube isn't kind to people who play horror content. So if you could see your way to helping us out, that'd be terrific. Don't feel obligated, but if you're moved to... likes, comments, dislikes, subscriptions, and of course, comments help us out a great deal and might even get us into the algorithm one of these days. Because the algorithm isn't going to be doing our heavy lifting, and of course, shares to folks that might enjoy these are deeply appreciated. We could use all the help reaching more trashkin potentia as it is, because YouTube's not going to do it. Heck, most of my views come from itch.io. Seriously. The devs have given me more views than YouTube at this point, most likely. I don't have the raw numbers, but I'm telling you, pound for pound, itch.io has done me more good than YouTube. That's why I was so up on this Unity thing, man. Alright. So, that said, at any time you can join the ranks of the Trashkin by hitting the subscribe button. Don't hit the bell button. You'll hear from me at least 3 times a week. But if you hit the subscribe button, you can join the Trashkin Elite as a Trashkin next to the dumpster fire, which we have fortunately recently had to upgrade to due to sheer volume of Trashkin. It simply was no longer efficient to go with a basic pile of trash fire or the special occasions barrel. I feel we had to go to a basic standard dumpster. Maybe one day we'll move up to a 10-yarder. I hope. One day. Possibly. But I'm still a little hyped. It's been real weird timing, but I'm delighted still. But of course, we always have room for more. I've been your humble host, Rasp of Trashbear, and until next time on Trash Tier Gaming, thank you for keeping the vibes chill. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to make a little time and play some video games. Don't forget to take care of yourselves. Good night, and I'll see you all in the next one.